Hello and welcome. Today we're going to take a JPEG image, or really any image format, almost any image format, and we're going to select a pixel in that image and get the color value in hexadecimal, so RGB hexadecimal. This is the equivalent of going into GIMP or Photoshop and using the eyedropper tool to select a color. We're doing this using ImageMagick. If you're unfamiliar with ImageMagick, it is a tool, or a suite of tools, if you will, for your shell that basically does everything Photoshop and GIMP can do, but in the shell. You might say, why do I do this? Well, because you want to script things out. This is a tool that's very commonly used on the back end or server side of applications to handle image manipulation. If you're running a server where people can upload images, there's a possibility that you're using ImageMagick to resize those images to create thumbnails and lower the resolution so that you don't use up your bandwidth with full resolution images. Anyway, in the directory I'm in, I have one image. It's a JPEG. Now, there'll be links in the description to all my notes, but once you have ImageMagick installed, which on Linux it should be in your repositories for pretty much any Linux distribution, we're going to run magic, spelled like so, the image name, and then we're going to say info : and that will return some basic information about that image, the resolution, and that it's a JPEG, and a few other things. Now, if we were to take that same command, but we were to add into the middle of it this part, we're saying format, and you can actually request lots of different things with format. But here we're saying, okay, we want to return the hex value for pixel, and then we give it the coordinates for the pixel. So we're saying 0, 0, we're saying the top pixel, the very first pixel. So we'll run that, and this is the hex value for that. So again, this is RGB value. So it's a 256 value for each of these numbers, red, green, and blue. This % sign here, that has nothing to do with this command. That's just because it's not giving a new line character. My shell's throwing that in there. If we wanted to get rid of that, we can always just add : echo. And that would just add a new line character so we don't see that % sign there. Of course, we can run the same command for any pixel within the image. We can say go over and down 10 pixels, and that's the value for that pixel. And we can go over 50 and down 200, and that's the color value for that pixel. So yeah, why would you want to do this? Again, it's the equivalent of getting the color of a particular pixel with an eyedropper in a graphical application. In next video, I'll show you why I needed to learn how to do that for a project I'm working on. But yeah, so if you need to find the color of a particular pixel and do something with it, maybe manipulate it, this is one way of doing that. Now, thank you for watching. Please visit filmsbychris.com. That's Chris with a K. There's a link in the description of my website, also a link to the notes. And I hope that you enjoy this, and I hope that you have a great day.